Stucco. Normally, stucco is a mix of cement, sand, lime mix, and water. It is somewhat in the same family as plaster and cement, but it finishes in a different manner and texture. Stucco goes on in layers as a thick, wet substance and finishes coarse and dry. The finished texture depends on the thickness of the original mix. Stucco dates all the way back to 2nd and 3rd century BC in ancient Greece, where people first began to mix cement, sand, and water. They also started to explore the textures and thicknesses that the different mixes created. Stucco was applied to mud brick walls for protection and insulation, and it was also used as a medium for some sculptures. Stucco cannot just be applied to any surface. What goes behind the stucco has to be prepared in order for the mix to stick on the wall. The exterior of the house is usually some form of wood, called the substrate, upon which an adhesive is applied for the insulation board. This is covered in a reinforcing mesh so that the stucco can grab onto the wall. Consistency in the mix of stucco makes application much easier because you don't run into lumps or collections of non-mixed stucco. Every mix is different and requires a little fine-tuning for ideal results. Stucco is similar to plaster in that once it is mixed, you have limited time to work with it, usually between 20 and 30 minutes. Stucco can be installed in a few ways, including by hand with hawk and trowel, with a sprayer, or even by throwing it onto the wall with a shovel. Troweling is more time and labor intensive, but creates a non-patterned, personalized finish. Spraying stucco gives a uniformly even look and takes a fraction of the time. Stucco acts as an insulator and performs especially well in high humidity climates. It is even durable enough to withstand wind-driven rain such as hurricanes. These are a few reasons why stucco homes are common in Florida and other coastline states. Stucco is always going through controlled tests in order to enhance performance. Stucco is produced or mixed in several colors, usually dyed with pigments of mineral origin, such as iron oxides. There is a good amount of selection. Some are earth tone colors, and others are inorganic colors. Both of these choices actually differ in their advantages and disadvantages of use. For example, lighter colors require higher maintenance because they show dirt more quickly. Textures provide character to stucco, creating highlights with shadows, depth, continuity, segmentation, etc. Spraying stucco makes the continuous and even textures, while all other texture dimensions can only be created by hand. Again, this takes more time but is usually most interesting. Although sudden damage occurs from poorly installed or old stucco, most damage occurs from bad weathering and moisture getting into cracks in the stucco or between things like windows or chimneys. Luckily, it is normally an easy fix with the purchase of a pre-mixed stucco batch available in hardware stores and mimicking the texture by hand. Stucco's most common use is for the exterior of structures, most frequently houses, but it is also used for some buildings like stores and small strip malls. As stated before, it is used for homes because of its ability to withstand humidity, but also because it is simply a beautiful alternative to siding or brick. Because stucco has such a natural-looking aesthetic, mixing it with materials such as stone can combine to form a beautiful, holistic, and earthy feel to a home or structure. This is a common tactic used by architects and other construction companies to complete houses and also fill in areas that can't or shouldn't be made of other materials. Another use for stucco is trims, which are usually filled with foam to provide structure or shape. These types of trims go around items like windows, doorways, archways, chimneys, and gutters or roofs. They are also used to add depth and character to connections between aspects of the house that open. Their main function is simply decoration. Although sometimes stucco is used for sculptural arts, it is most commonly associated with interior wall or ceiling finishes while in relation to the decorative arts. The Greeks originally used this technique in their places of worship, and the idea spread continentally. It is common today to see stucco used in interiors of churches, temples, and mosques. Stucco in homes and in other buildings is sometimes chosen to create an earthy feel by utilizing the naturally occurring relationship it has with stone, wood, texture, and earth tone colors. Stucco homes are themed around this organic feel, creating a home in which the owner can feel almost parallel with nature. In other cases, stucco's inorganic side is embraced as a building material that can almost be overlooked, such as in modern homes where a white, smooth stucco is used to complete the home's exterior, without distracting the viewer from the modern aspect of the home, such as large windows, doors, entryways, or simply just the design of the home.